Okay, Shalom, giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Vakar Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to you Akim out there has been pushing this word in truth and in sincerity. I have an article from the Daily Mail, and it reads, Houston boxer 44 shot dead by 28-year-old girlfriend's estranged husband, 61. So this 28-year-old woman loved dealing with older men. She likes sugar daddies, if you will. Because he's 61, old enough to be her father, but she's dealing with him. There's nothing wrong with that. An older man dealing with a younger woman. But in this day and age, these younger women that's dealing with older men, they have an agenda. But if you flip that around, if she was 61, hey, but I'm not even going to say that, man, because a lot of young women, they deal with older men, but it's frowned upon when the older man deal with a younger woman, you know what I mean? A lot of older women love to deal with younger men, and they consider cougars. But when an older man deal with a younger woman, he's a pervert, he's a freak, he's a dirty old man. But that's just another story, man. That's the society we living in. So this boxer, Houston boxer 44, shot dead by a 28-year-old woman, 28-year-old girlfriend's estranged husband. That means she was married to this dude. She's married. And after she met with him at a restaurant to discuss divorce, shooter fled in Maserati and shot himself. Let's get into this right here. This is a deep little subject here. It says, Morenzo, if I'm pronouncing his name correctly, Morenzo Tuffy Smith, a Houston amateur boxer, was killed inside a seafood restaurant eating abominable foods, shrimps, lobsters, crab, after accompanying a woman to meet her estranged husband. So now, okay, she was separated from her 61-year-old husband, and this 44-year-old boxer was with this 28-year-old woman and accompanied her to meet her husband to discuss divorce procedures and to tell you in the scriptures, meddle not in another man's affairs. So why are you dealing with this woman while she's in the process of divorce? Don't you know that's adultery? And adultery is a sin unto death, and that's why the Most High put your ass to death, man. Because you was being wicked. Talking about this dude, Moreno Tuffy Smith, that amateur boxer. Why couldn't you bob and weave them bullets that was coming at you? It tells you in the scriptures, man, meddle not in another man's affairs. Here you are, accompanying this woman to discuss divorce proceedings with her husband. That means you dealing with this woman. You were sleeping with this woman. Why you going to, I'd be like, I ain't. First and foremost, I'm not even going to get caught up in no situation like that. I'm not dealing with no woman that's divorced and separated. The dude that's separated, filing for divorce. I'm not into that. I'm not even going to meddle in that man's affairs. And that's why you got put to death, nigga. It says, I'm going to read it from the top again. Morenzo Tuffy Smith, a Houston amateur boxer, was killed inside a seafood restaurant after accompanying a woman to meet her estranged husband. The two spoke of divorce proceedings before the man stormed off and returned with a gun, firing off 13 rounds. Smith was struck multiple times and killed, while the wife and other diners escaped unharmed. See, the wife escaped unharmed. She ran. See, his aim was not towards her. His aim was toward the man. If he was in his right state of mind, he would have killed both of them. Because they both was committing an act of adultery. She's an adultery, she's an adulterer. It says, he was a widower raising 4 children, including 2 of his own. Smith was due to fight in Colombia next week and was called very loving by grieving family members. The family has denied reports that the woman was his girlfriend. An amateur, what was she then? Why was he accompanying her at a restaurant to discuss divorce proceedings between her and her husband? Once again, meddle not in another man's affairs. Once again, meddle not in another man's affairs. And the act of adultery is a sin unto death. And that's why he's in the spirit world. That woman is still alive. That 28-year-old woman is still alive. Her husband committed suicide. So now she's free to go out there and commit more wickedness. You see the wickedness of these women? And I got scriptures to go into to prove this shit right here, man. It says an amateur boxer was shot dead in Houston on Wednesday after taking a woman said to be his girlfriend, to meet her estranged husband about their divorce. Therefore, they were still married. Why are you dealing with that woman, man? And that's why you got put to death. Monselto Tuffy, a 44-year-old widower and father of two, accompanied an unnamed 28-year-old woman to a seafood restaurant to meet her 61-year-old husband, whose identity has not yet to be released, about divorce proceedings. The separated spouses spoke for approximately 20 minutes before the argument turned heated, causing the husband to first leave the restaurant and later return with a gun. He shot off 13 rounds inside the Crab Station. So they was eating abominable foods. Another sin against the Most High. He shot off 13 rounds inside the Crab Station oyster bar, striking Smith multiple times, but missing his wife. So he shot at his wife, who escaped the carnage unharmed. So he shot at her. He tried to put her to death as well. He's putting to death this wicked ass nigga that was accompanying his wife. Hey man, meddle not with another man's affairs. The husband then fled in his Maserati and shot himself in the head. He is not expected to survive his wounds. So like I said, the boxer shot dead. The 61-year-old husband shot himself in the head. He offed himself. He committed suicide. He's not suspected to survive. 2 dead men and 1 wicked-ass adulterous woman that escaped unharmed. Doesn't mean she's not going to be punished. It was not her time to go. The Most High didn't authorize her getting put to death, but he authorized the putting to death of this amateur boxer by the name of Tuffy Smith and the undisclosed name of the 61-year-old husband. They both got put to death, man. But this bitch is free to go out there and do what she's going to do to another couple or to another man. Hey, man, this is crazy, man. It says, Marizzo Tuffy Smith accompanied a woman to a diner to meet her husband for divorce proceedings, but the husband became angry and shot Smith, killing him. And he became angry because, what the fuck you doing with my wife? What the fuck you doing here? What is it your business? Me and my wife getting divorced, man. Why are you here? Because he was popping her. And she was still married to this dude. That's adultery. Hey, man. Judgment of the Most High, man. It says, he was a very loving person, all right? The husband of the woman Smith was with, I'm saying the husband of the woman Smith was with fled. Let me read this again because it's not making sense. Maybe the husband of the woman Smith was with fled in his Maserati, pictured surrounded by cop cars, then shot himself in the head. When he returned, he shot the male. When he returned, he shot the male she was with multiple times as he attempted to shoot her, but he missed. Harris County Sheriff Office Major Susan Carter. The husband then fled the scene in a flashy Maserati sports car before being stopped by Houston cops who responded to reports of the shooting. The husband then exited the Maserati and shot himself in the head before being taken to Houston Northeast Hospital in critical condition, where he is on life support and is not expected to survive. DailyMail.com has contacted the Harris County Sheriff's Office for an update on his condition. The husband and wife had been married 9 years prior to the incident, so he married her real young, and has no children, according to the sheriff's office. A witness, Kathy Smith, said she and her daughter were about to walk into the restaurant for lunch when Smith was shot. She told KHU-11, and I'm like, oh, bleep. I said somebody got shot. So when he came back the guy was already lying on the floor dead. Smith said she and her daughter would more than likely not to return to the restaurant. It says Serena Abdullah Smith's daughter said he always looked to improve relatives, and Smith was not in a romantic relationship with the woman, and only met her last Friday. Yeah, he probably wasn't in a romantic relationship with that woman. Only 5 or 6 other people were present at the time of the shooting, including employees, and all besides Smith left unharmed. Relatives were shocked and recounted Smith's charming personality, calling him a very loving, kind guy. Smith's sister, Ida Carter, said he was always trying to help, and eventually that's what ended up with him in that situation. Once again, meddle not in another man's affairs. Relatives said Smith and the woman had only met last Friday, and they insisted he was not romantically involved with her. How do you know that? Although other outlets and the Harris County Sheriff's Department described them as a couple. You see what I'm saying? How the hell you know they was not together? He was popping that woman, committing adultery. There was no relationship of any kind as far as boyfriend and girlfriend, said Carter. How did you know, lady? You can't justify this man's wickedness. The boxer's father said his son was just trying to protect somebody. Protect her from who? Protect who? Meddle not another man's affairs. You was a Captain Saberho now, according to your father? Man, Jake is bugged the fuck out, man. That's not his job. It shouldn't have been him. The father told KHU-11, it happened. It's ugly. We have to stop the killing. Carter said Smith was an innocent bystander and was just trying to help. Trying to help what? What was he trying to help? Who was he trying to help? You was committing adultery with this woman. You was there because he was an older man. You feel, and you a boxer. You could take this dude if anything if it comes to blows. So you didn't care about that, man. You was popping this woman, unaware if this man had a gun in his Maserati, came back and shot your ass, man. And now you in the spirit world in your right state of mind, dummy. Carter said Smith was an innocent bystander. How he was innocent? He wasn't innocent. Joe 4-17. He was not innocent, man. It's like a Joe 4-7. He was not innocent. Job 4-7. No one perished being innocent, man. He was not innocent. He was popping that woman. It says, Smith was a heavyweight boxer who was due to fight in Colombia just next week, with one relative even calling him a celebrity. Yeah, he ain't a celebrity anymore. He's a celebrity by getting put to death. My brother was a celebrity boxer here from Houston, Texas, born and raised here in Houston, said Charlize Webb Price, whatever her name is, another of Smith's sisters. He was always looking to improve, said Smith's daughter, Sarah Abdullah Smith. Whether it was for leadership, working out, or just becoming a better man or better father, she said. Carter also said she was shocked when her younger brother decided he wanted to become a boxer, telling ABC 13 he tripped me out when he wanted to become a fighter. I said, bro, how are you going to be a fighter and you so soft? Oh shit, she shitted on him. Anyway, that's the article. There you have it. You see it. I got a couple of precepts to bring up. Abba Ratazayu Akimatu will be edified. You know, the first precept that I brought out was meddle not in another man's affairs. You know, you shouldn't be concerned about another man and this woman. That's not your problem. Save you popping this woman, committing adultery. So you wasn't innocent, bro. You should have bobbed and weaved them bullets that was coming at you. This is Sirach chapter 7, verse 1. Do no evil, so shall no harm come unto thee. And he was doing evil by committing an act of adultery. And also meddling in another man's affairs. He was doing evil, and that's why harm came to him. Depart from the unjust. That woman was an unjust woman. She probably left that 61-year-old man to get with this 44-year-old nigga, this boxer, being impressed with his status. Depart from the unjust, and iniquity shall turn away from thee. Iniquity is sin upon sin. My son, sow not upon the furrows of unrighteousness, which is committing adultery, meddling in another man's affairs, doing that which is evil in the eyes of the Most High, and thou shalt not reap them sevenfold. And he reaped that unrighteous dealing, that unrighteous deed by committing adultery sevenfold. Now he's in the spirit world. The Lord Yahweh took out 2 birds with 1 stone. That 61-year-old man whose name was not identified, and this dude, this boxer. And yet he let that woman scathed unpunished, scathed unharmed, but not unpunished, because she's going to receive her judgment. This wasn't her time to go. Because now, as I read in the article, he shot at her but missed, because it was not her time to go. Even though he tried to put both of them to death. He tried to put both of them to death. So I'm going to read it again. Ecclesiasticus, or the book of Sirach, chapter 7, verse 1. Do no evil, so shall no harm come unto thee. And wickedness and adultery is wicked and is evil. Meddling in another man's affairs is wicked and is evil. Depart from the unjust, depart from that unjust, wicked, adulterous woman, and iniquity, sin upon sin, shall turn away from thee. My son, sow not upon the furrows of unrighteousness, and thou shalt not reap them sevenfold. And that's what happened to this creep, man. He committed an act of adultery, and the Most High put his ass to death. And then he went to the restaurant with the woman, man. Meddling in another man's affairs. Why would you do that, homeboy? And the end result of that is you being put to death, man. Bottom line, I don't feel sorry for you. Fuck you. Bottom line, loving and caring person my ass. You was loving that woman you was with. That's what you was doing. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 9, verse 1. Be not jealous over the wife of thy bosom. And that dude was jealous over her, man. That 61-year-old man was jealous. He still was in love with her. And I guarantee you, she was the one that was filing divorce procedures. She was 28. He's 61. She was through with him. She was getting some younger meat. Some more vibrant meat. He probably wasn't getting it up no more. He probably was tired. She got tired of, he had a Maserati. That means he had money. So he probably caught her in the act of adultery, cheating on him, going to a phone or something. Who knows, man? If the dude had a Maserati, that means he had some kind of paper, man. The 61-year-old dude that offed himself. So he was well off. He was her sugar daddy. Now she met some kind of amateur celebrity boxer, gave him some ass, filed for divorce. The dude was all jealous over her and put the dude to death. Rightfully so. That was his woman. Even though she filed for divorce. Book of Sirach, chapter 9 verse 1. Be not jealous over the wife of thy bosom, and teach her not an evil lesson against thyself. Give not thy soul unto a woman to set her foot upon thy substance. And that's what this dude was doing, man. This dude at 61 years old, he was a sugar daddy. And he gave this woman all kind of money. Give not thy soul unto a woman to set her foot upon thy substance. And that's exactly what he did. He gave his soul upon this woman, and she treated him poorly. She used him for his money, did what she did with him. Then when she was tired, she cast him off. And she was going on to the next victim, which was the Houston boxer shot dead, Tuffy Smith. And this is what it is, man. It is what it is, man. These scriptures are faithful and true, you see? And these scriptures teach you against the wiles of these women, man. And how they move. It says, verse 3, meet not with an harlot, lest thou fall into her snares, her traps. Use not much company. It said, use not much company of a woman that is a singer, lest thou be taken with her attempts. Gaze not upon a maid, that thou fallest not by those things that are precious in her. Give not thy soul unto harlots, that thou lose not thy inheritance. And this dude here, man, and he was a sugar daddy. He fell in love. They got married. She was the one, I guarantee, the one that was filing for divorce, and he wasn't having it. He wasn't having it. He was hurt. And then to add salt into the wounds, she came to the fucking abominable restaurant, a crab shack, with the nigga she's involved with now, man. Getting him involved with her affairs with her husband, which cost him his life. Hey, it is what it is, man. The Most High is cruel. The book of Sirach, chapter 9, verse 7. Look not around about thee in the streets of the city, neither wander thou in the solitary place thereof. Turn away thine eye from a beautiful woman. I'm quite sure she was beautiful. She's 28 years old. She's 28. Younger than him, younger than her husband, younger than him, 28. He like, wow. He got at least about 15 years. This boxer. So he's like, oh, he got himself something. He think he got him a prize package. Turn away thine eye from a beautiful woman. I'm quite sure she's beautiful. And look not upon another's beauty. That was this man's wife, man. You looking upon another man's wife in admiration and with lust, ready to commit adultery. When you're going to sin against your soul, man. Anger the Most High, and the Lord's going to put you to death, in which he did, man. Jealousy is the rage of a man. That man was totally jealous over that woman. He still is in love with her. If he wasn't in love with her, he wouldn't have killed him. Killed the dude that she was with. That bitch led you to your death, homeboy. Whew. Turn away that eye from a beautiful woman, and look not upon another's beauty. For many have been deceived by the beauty of a woman, and herewith love is kindled as a fire. And the Most High put that spirit on this dude to shoot some fire at your ass, man. By the way of them gunshots, and put you to death on the spot, man. You lying down dead on the spot, man. Why? Because you committed adultery against another man's woman, man. It says, verse, this is the book of Sirach 9, verse 9. Sit not at all with another man's wife, nor sit down with her in thy arms, and spend not thy money with her at the wine. Being in the bar, talking to her, drinking. She's telling you her problems. You telling her your problems, and eventually that wine kick in or that liquor kick in, and you'll go off to a hotel and commit a wicked act, which is the act of adultery, and you sin against your soul. It says, sit at no, back in the book of Sirach, chapter 9, verse 9. Sit not at all with another man's wife, nor sit down with her in thy arms, hugging her, kissing her, and all that other stuff. And spend not thy money with her at the wine. Least thy heart incline unto her. Yeah, use that liquor start roaring, kicking in, and you start inclining to the smooth word she's kicking at you. It says, least thine heart, which is thy mind, incline unto her, and thou, and so through that desire, thou fall into destruction, meaning getting put to death, man. And that's exactly what happened to this Houston boxer. He inclined unto her word, her smooth words, and however he met her, I'm quite sure she told him, because he accompanied her to the restaurant to discuss divorce proceedings with her husband, which was not his business. I would have told her, nah, take care of that. First and foremost, I wouldn't even been around that. She's still married. Therefore, you come, even though they're not together, that's this man's property. You commit adultery. And you got what you got, homeboy. You got what you got. You got some hot ass slugs to that ass. You got what you got, bro. Last scripture before I close it out. Because the proof has been, hey man, the point has been made. Chick tell you she got a husband or she in the middle of divorce, hey man, don't walk away, run from that chick, bro. Because she's not telling you the 100% truth. And especially, she's 28, he's 61. She had a sugar daddy. The dude had money. He had a Maserati. He had money. So she wasn't with him because of his looks. She was with him for that paper. I doubt very much she was with that man for his looks. She was with that man for that paper, that guap, that cheddar, them FYNs, which ain't worth shit. She was with him because he was piecing her off. Then she got tired of him behind his back, was out there in the field, met this other dude. She probably was still with the dude, but once the dude found out, now she want to file for divorce. Dude totally broken. Hey, it is what it is, man. This is the book of Sirach 25 verse 12. It says, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of it. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of his love. And you fear the Lord, you're not going to be out there committing adultery, man. You're not going to be meddling in another man's affairs, especially when it's dealing with his wife. You're going to mind your business. You're going to follow the Lord's statute commandments to the best of your ability. But this dude was a worldly nigga. And that's why he's in the spirit world in his right state of mind. The same must know it after death by pain. I'm quite sure he ran across a Hebrew Israelite video. But he was a boxer in the world going to Colombia to fight. You won't be going to Colombia to fight now, nigga. You in the spirit world. In your right state of mind. Knowing you was committing wickedness. You couldn't bob and weave them bullets that was being shot at you. You should have been bobbing and weaving. You should have been bobbing and weaving. But no. You wasn't bobbing and weaving. You got hit up. It says, the fear, back in the book of Sirach, chapter 25, verse 12, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of his love, and faith is the beginning of cleaving unto him. You have to have faith to believe in the Lord, man. Give me any plague. Oh, Salakia Akim. There we go. It says, give me any plague but the plague of the heart, and any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman. The plague of the heart is being bugged out of your mind. Give me any plague but the plague of the heart, and any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman that's out there committing adultery on her man. Or disease-filled woman that's not going to tell you she got a disease, wherever it may be, and she lie down with you and give you that disease. Again, a man's goings of the Lord. A wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man. It says, and any affliction but the affliction from them that hate me, and any revenge but the revenge of enemies. There is no head above the head of a serpent, and there is no wrath above the wrath of the enemy. I had rather dwell with a lion and a dragon than to keep house with a wicked woman. And that's facts, man. You got a woman that's always talking shit, arguing loud, stubborn. You could tell a haughty, wicked woman, man. I'd rather dwell with a lion and a dragon than to keep house with this woman, man. Damn. It says, I had rather dwell with a lion and a dragon than to keep house with a wicked woman. The wickedness of a woman changeth her face and darkeneth her countenance like sackcloth. Her husband shall sit among his neighbors, and when he heareth it, when he heareth it, shall sigh bitterly. And that's what happened. And that's exactly what's happening with this 61-year-old man. They don't disclose his name, but he was sighing bitterly because he found out his woman was dealing with somebody younger than him, and she was filing for divorce, and he was bitter. And that's why he stormed out of there with that argument. What the hell you doing here, man? Mind your business. And he probably was talking shit because he knew he's a boxer. He probably could take he knew he could take the dude. But he couldn't bob and weave them bullets that older man was shooting at him. And that's your own destruction. It came upon you because you was a wicked ass nigga committing adultery with another man's property. It says, her husband shall sit among his neighbors. The book of Sirach 25 verse 18. Her husband shall sit among his neighbors, and when he heareth it, that his woman is committing adultery, being a slut, he gonna sigh bitterly. All wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. Hey man, whoo! The Most High is dreadful. It says, as the climbing up of a shady way is to the feet of the aged, so is a wife full of words to a quiet man. Always talking shit, arguing with him. The man have no rest. That's a chick that's always contentious, man. Stumble not at the beauty of a woman, and despise and desire her not for pleasure. And that's exactly what this dude did. She was young, 28, vibrant, probably got a fat ass, nice titties. And he stumbled upon her beauty. And the Lord put him to death, man. Because he tried to meddle in another man's affairs, and that's a no-no. Hey, this is an article from the Daily Mail. I'm going to recap. Houston boxer is shot dead by 28-year-old's girlfriend's estranged husband, 61, after she met with him at restaurants to discuss divorce. Shooter fled in Maserati and shot himself. Bottom line, he was that woman's sugar daddy, and she wanted her cake and eat it too. She wanted her sugar daddy, but she wanted some young meat to satisfy her desires. She escaped judgment because it wasn't her time to get put to death. But the destruction came upon two men over a fucking woman. Disgusted. I'm done. Shalom.